I'm not going to lie. A lot of us lost weight because we couldn't eat. And then you realize, wow, do I eat a lot while I'm on the set?
I love the Orville. I really love the show a lot, genuinely. And the new episodes that I got to watch are just so fantastic. Adrianne, what was it like being back, after all this time?
Crazy. I'm like, how do I do this? Who's Kelly? Huh? No, it was fun being back to see everybody. It was difficult. Obviously we had, COVID in the middle and it was hard. I mean, I genuinely was very massively fearful, like even talking to the studio, like, do I have to go back right now? Because I'm so freaked out about this situation. And thankfully we had such a beautiful team of doctors and nurses that, we had to test every day. We had to test on our days off. We had to test on the weekends. It was honestly a pain in the ass, but it kept us safe and it kept us, feeling safe. And I think that the bar was set really high as far as COVID health and awareness on our set. So it was weird. It was like, yay, we're back. Yay, we're back.
Yay.
Who's under there? No. I think I know those guys.
Scott had said something similar. And Penny, I'll ask you, did you find it more challenging to kind of perform under those circumstances, to act when you get mask and you got to move and you got to go back and you gotta, or when you're in the moment, does it just kind of flow?
No one has asked that question, and that's a really good question. It was more difficult because I was the first to go back, and I was there for a while when we came back from COVID. And so all the masking and having the shields on and all of that was physically difficult. You could not breathe. And there were scenes that we were shooting that required a lot of movement. And even when rehearsing those scenes, you had to have all of the gear on. And you became more exhausted because there was no air. I feel like for Color Girls Who Committed Suicide, and then there was no air, that whole monologue, you really could not breathe. And if you sat down, you couldn't have a snack. So you were starving and you couldn't, I forgot all about that. Good question.
Oh, the not being able to eat or drink, that was hard.
You couldn't drink.
You had to go to a specific area. Or go
you
outside.
had to leave the stage.
Yeah, you had to go outside.
And then you lift it up and you go in the corner and you make
sure shoot like that. We didn't shoot like that. So it was very difficult. So it was like, well, then we're going to have to build in some time for us to go and eat food.
No, we literally lost weight. A lot of us, I'm not going to lie. A lot of us lost weight because we couldn't eat. And then you realize, wow, do I eat a lot while I'm on the set? Like Jay-Lee, you feel like, really? Yeah. So it was difficult in that the mechanics of it, the physical mechanics, but doing the work wasn't difficult, but it was. You had to step away from the crew. Then they'd come in. It was twice as long because you had to do the protocol, but we were committed and we had a good group of people. But yeah, it was.
Well, it all comes out great on screen. Like, as a fan, watching the new episodes that I got to watch it was great. It was like, it's like watching the show all over again, like for the first time, kind of. Adrianne, as far as maybe story and some of the creative things, did you notice much of a difference between the show leaving Fox and moving to Hulu?
Yes. Okay. I mean, listen, we had the luxury, I feel like, of always having a great show and telling great stories. But I will say that this season specifically has been epic. It feels like it's $1 billion show. You know what I mean? And you you really see that in the new costumes, in the new ship, in the new, like things are new and shiny. And also the special effects are insane and the action is amazing. And, it doesn't slow down. And you really feel that, on top of the fact that, we had more time to shoot. 3 years time to shoot.
10, 20, 40.
So yes, we felt it. I was like,
Penny,
40 on this show.
I want to ask you, Penny, something that I've mentioned in the other interviews, and people who are watching this, pop culture readers are watching this, are gonna be like, he keeps repeating himself, but I like these questions. The show does not shy away from controversial topics. Always head first and acknowledging the gray. For you as an actor, what is that experience like, being part of that conversation in sort of this sci-fi setting?
First of all, it's exciting, and you feel kind of like you have a responsibility, because if you have a format to be able to bring about issues so that people can have a conversation about them, at that point you have accountability, because you should use it. And I think that's what we do with the Orville. And then as the actor, you have to execute it so that you're not making comments to make people think a certain way, but you are doing it so that you are introducing thoughts to people so that they can change for the better. So I think you do have a responsibility. I mean, it would be like, here you are with a Big Mac, and then you bought an extra one, and there's someone next to you and they're starving. So you're going to sit there and eat your 2 Big Macs, or you're going to break some off. And you have to always break off as an entertainer and as being a part of a show, especially a groundbreaking show like the Orville. And when we have someone like Seth who's not afraid to put it out there, then you know what you signed up for. You can't be afraid to let people see that. And it's exciting to be a part of that, because we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, because no one would be interested. You would have watched the show and go, oh, what was that about? You wouldn't remember anything, but at least these shows, you remember the episodes because you remember the issue. Right.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm definitely going to feel bad if I eat 2 Big Macs from now on. So now I gotta feel shame.
And if someone's starving, you go for it.
Yes.
Before I let you guys go, Adrianne, I want to ask, what are you most excited about for fans to see with Orville New Horizons?
I just think the evolution of this show has been phenomenal, and you're going to see such big arcs. There's a lot of inner turmoil within the ship. You're going to see this between a bunch of different characters, and a lot of different relationships happening within the ship too. Shocking ones.
Ooh.
There'll be a lot of surprises.
Ooh. I like that tease.
I can't tell
new
you.
Relationships. I can't wait to like
Two possible relationships. There's a
headline around that.
There's a lot of things happening this season that people can use their imaginations.
Awesome. Well, it's very exciting. I'm very excited about it. Orville New Horizons on Hulu, June 2nd. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat. I really appreciate it.